best thing on her. I don't know why you can put me down. Shit, I am the shit.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion. The game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake up and hustle, you won't see me buckle, I've been in the field. Man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy, we shutting everything down. I've been hot like somebody put a candle on them. Off top, I don't really stand opponents, this mine, the moment is run out and start a bunch of pandemonium. More game, I got some, the skill is bar one, y'all done, the game in the coffin. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you next to me, it's West. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion. It's our repetition, I'm stacking these trophies, I'm good with addition. I spit like a pastor, I give you the vision. Up early morning, enough of the sleeping. My life is a dream, but you wishing you lived it. Haters get livid, my pocket's Pacific, that's deep if you get it. So Tempur-Pedic, I sleep on the critics. Don't feel like competing, I'm hearing these crickets. Whoa, let me switch the flow, a new bounce. Coming to the den with a lion, I'm gon' pounce. Know I've been a king for a while, got a ring and a crown. That's the bling with the blow, what the team is about. Champions, you can tell by the ambience of this sound. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you never see me, it's no doubt. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you tuned in to the one and only Big Hank Sports Review. Yeah. Basketball, football, breaking it down for you. Yeah. Now vibe with me. Like, comment, subscribe, oh yeah. Kick back, enjoy the ride. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank, bringing the proof. Big Hank Sports. Like, comment, subscribe, say wow. Kick back, enjoy the ride. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank, bringing the proof. Step on the court, feel the sneaker squeak. Hank call a play like a coach unique. Fast break vision, highlight reel. He breaking down the stats with that southern feel. On the field, end zone, crowd gon' roar. Touchdown energy, we want more. So if you want the game from a real point of view, better show love, like, comment, subscribe to. Like, comment, subscribe, say what. Big Hank, keep the game alive. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank, bringing the proof. Big Hank Sports Review. NBA nights, NFL days. Hank break it down in so many ways. From the block to the pocket, the hustle, the grind. Every story hit different when Hank defines. Laughs in the flow, but the game stay tight. He shine a spotlight where it feel just right. Sports and the culture, it's more than the vibe. It's the truth and the groove. Come on, subscribe. Now don't wait, don't hesitate. Click that button, elevate. Join the tribe, be part of the crew. Sports review with Hank coming straight to you. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Keep the channel alive. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Hank Sports Review. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you tuned in to the one and only Big Hank Sports Review. Yeah. Basketball, football, breaking it down for you. Yeah. Now vibe with me. Like, comment, subscribe, oh yeah. Kick back, enjoy the ride. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank, bringing the proof. Big Hank Sports, like, comment.
Good Monday, guys. Good Monday, good Monday, good Monday. It's Monday. We're here to talk about sports. Sorry for the delay. I was looking something up that I needed to have to make sure this is a better show. And one thing that I was looking for was a talk about college basketball. Let's just be honest. Talk about college basketball and how things are ran and how things are going. And so with that being said, was trying to download something that I've seen that was definitely that needed to be shared and talked about. But we're going to definitely make sure we talk about it. It's going to be the only thing, but just one of many things that I just definitely make sure I wanted to talk about. And one of the things was the interview. I think it was a post game. Let me say that. It's a post game interview that Coach Cal's done. You know, a lot of people said, man, Coach Cal is crazy. Okay, I get why people say that. I really do. But definitely doesn't mean what Coach Cal is saying is wrong. Let me say that. Because he has a lot of, he's a Hall of Fame coach, right? He's definitely one who's been around in the game for a long time, especially on the college level. And so when you got a guy like that that's been around for a long time, especially on the college level, you definitely want to make sure you hear him out. And so I think Coach Cal is one of those guys. I remember when he was at Kentucky, he would say some crazy stuff. But even some of the stuff that he says doesn't mean it doesn't hold any weight to it or truth. And that's very important. Whether people want to accept it or not is very important. Because he's sharing a lot of truth with what he's saying. So with that being said, I just want to appreciate every last one of you who are being here. And if you can, make sure you hit that like button.
Push the goddamn button.
You goddamn right. Make sure you hit that like button for the brother. I greatly appreciate it. But some of the things that Coach Cal is sharing in some of these videos is definitely legitimate, right? So I definitely want to make sure I download this so I can have it and share it with you guys and see what you guys' thoughts are. So, but let's talk about this college football playoff first, because that's very important. That's very important. The reason why is very important because of some of the teams who's in it. Some of the team who's in it is
if a kid.
So, guys, I found a video that I wanted to make sure I share with you guys. So I got that. Let me load it up for you guys. So y'all make sure y'all get to check it out too. I'm hoping that it loads because one of them's like 6 minutes long. So it's a little lengthy, but that's okay. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. But as far as the college football playoffs, and of course, that starts this weekend. All right. You got them starting this weekend. And lots being talked about it, right? Because you have certain teams in there that's not the traditional teams. So one of the traditional teams that's not traditionally in there is Indiana. And let's be honest. Traditionally, you got three teams: Oregon, Indiana, and Ole Miss. Those teams are traditionally not playing for national championships. Now, Oregon's played one before with Mariota. Indiana, Ole Miss hasn't. Miami's played one before and won. Now, Oregon's played one, but they lost. But it's a different group. See, Miami won his last championship in 2001. Should have won in 2002. They was cheated by Ohio State with a passing friend. That's a different conversation. They avenged that, at least in my eyes, they did. But these are a whole crop of different teams. That's traditionally 3 out of the 4 are not in there. So we got a different brand of teams that we're dealing with. And that's what really makes it exciting. You know, that's what really makes this college playoff this year exciting, because you got the Ole Miss, traditionally is not there. Indiana's traditionally not there. The Oregon's traditionally not there. Now Miami is, like I said, they are traditionally playing in it, and we're used to them. Shout out to my brothers, man. They're over at the Titan Network, man. Shout out to them guys. Make sure y'all tap in with them. If you're a Bears fan, you will definitely enjoy the conversation that we have on Sundays, talking about the Bears. Now we hard on them boys. We not one of them fan bases. He's not one of them group of guys where they just kissing the Bears' ass, and the Bears don't, always doing everything right or never do nothing wrong. It's not what you're gonna get over. If that's what you're looking for, that's the wrong channel. If you're looking for some uncut, clear thought, unfiltered opinions, that's where you need to be. And make sure you tap in with these brothers, man. Shout out to them brothers, man. I appreciate you tapping in. Thank you, sir. Hey, guys, make sure y'all on pass it. If you just passing through, make sure y'all hit that like button.
Push the goddamn button.
And like the brother said, FGB and Bear motherfucking down. We're going to win this Saturday. We should be going 3-0 right now. We should be playing for 3-0 against Green Bay, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that first game, how my man laid an egg. We're not going to talk about that, but we should be. But nonetheless, we're going to win the rubber match. They got to come to us. We're going to take care of business. Supposedly they're supposed to be at full strength other than Mike Parsons. He won't be there, of course. He's out for the season. But their offense is going to be with their starting quarterback. So we're going to see. A lot of people give me grief because we knocked him out. That's part of the game. Ain't nothing we could do about it. It is what it is. But we're going to play it. And they're going to be at full strength for the most part, especially on offense. So which game you talking about? Right now, we talk about college. We definitely talk about college because we got some college football fans in the group. They don't really say too much. I don't really go deep dive into detail of college football because they always crossing over with King NFL. But we got playoffs. We got playoffs games coming up. All right, we got playoffs, and we got Indiana playing Oregon, a rematch of the Big Ten championship game. You got Ole Miss, who's currently playing with an internship coach, a filling coach, a sub coach, right? That's what, they're coaching. And guess what? They winning. These boys playing for pride and everything it stands for. The former head coach has now moved on to LSU. But these boys say, we're not going to turtle up. We got something to play for. At the beginning of the season, we said doing training camps, doing a spring football, we said we playing for the title. And I'm sure playing for the a college football championship was one of their goals. And I'm sure one of them was winning the West. And I'm sure the other goal was not only winning the West, but winning the SEC. And one of the last goals that they want to accomplish is winning the national championship. Now, they didn't win the SEC. They didn't win the West. They didn't do that. But guys, they the only SEC team left representing the conference, and they could possibly play for a championship. Now, they got to get past Miami. Miami's not an easy opponent, as we all see. Miami's got a tough defense. Matter of fact, Barnes is a defensive end that I would love to see fall down to the Chicago Bears in the draft. We need a pass rush. We need an end. And he's a great look for number 4. Let me say it right now. Look for number 4. Now they got another one. He's okay. He's not as good as Barnes, in my opinion. But he's still a good pass rusher. Now, I wouldn't take him in the first round. He's more of a second-round end to me. Barnes is first-round talent. I would love to have him on the Bears. But I don't know if he's going to fall that far down. Bears not in the top 10 draft. They're not going to be in the top 15. We're not going to have a shot at it. So it is what it is. I'm just saying. So, Miami's a good team. Ole Miss is a good team. I like these Final Four teams. I ain't gonna front, man. I do like these Final Four. And look, Indiana's across the bridge from us. They're Bridgeway. From my house, Indiana is about 35, 40 minutes from me. My son goes to an affiliation of Indiana, of IU Southeast. When he gets his college degree, it's going to say Indiana on it. When he comes out, he's going to say Indiana. My son got the opportunity to go to watch Indiana play last season against Penn State. He enjoyed himself. They was up in the skybox. One of his teammates' father is an alumni. Is a big booster for Indiana. So he was able to go to a couple games last year. He got to experience that college football atmosphere live and direct, man. He said he loved it. And I was happy for him. So to see Indiana being successful on this major level, it's unheard of. Now, I seen Indiana last season. I took them seriously. I know this James Madison coach is good. Now, he's a little longer than he's a little older than the normal head coaches that you bring in, right? He's in his late 60s. Usually they start to wind down. He said, I'm just getting started. But I knew he was a good coach. Somebody just had to take a chance. Indiana's in a position they could take a chance. They're Indiana. They don't take football over. It's football state. It's not a football state. It's a basketball country. It's a basketball state. Thanks to guys like Bobby Knight. It's a basketball state. It is what it is. But doesn't mean they don't respect the sports of football. Look, I've been hearing about some Indiana fans. They've been going to every home game, been season ticket holders for the longest, waiting the day they get have opportunities like this. And guess what? They have it. And I'm happy for them. I'm not no hater. I'm happy for them guys. They deserve that. If you're a long-suffering Indiana football fan, you deserve everything they're getting right now. Big Ten title, opportunity to play in the Final Four of college football. They deserve all of that. I hope they beat Oregon again. I hope they represent the Big Ten. They deserve that. Look, I'm a Bears fan. I know I've got to celebrate shit as far as a championship since '86. Now, we won some AFC, NFC North titles. Those are all fine and dandy. Those are cool and they're nice. But winning titles is what I'm talking about. And it's been since '86. We was our opportunity. Unfortunately, we had people like Rex Grossman as our goddamn quarterback. And he ain't going to win shit for us. And that was as close as we got. Back in 2006. That ain't going to cut it. And, of course, we went against a Hall of Famer like Peyton Manning. It is what it is. But we got another opportunity this year. So I know how the Indiana football fans are feeling. I know what they're going through. I understand the challenges. I do. I promise you I do. So with them doing what they're doing, seeing what they're going through, seeing them rise to this point, yeah, that's I'm happy for them guys. Congratulations, Indiana. And I wish them nothing but the best. If they win a title, I'm not going to feel no ill. Now, if they win it in basketball, I'm going to be honest. I will feel some type of way. Because Indiana, Kentucky is a big rivalry. We ain't really got to play each other on a regular basis. We did this year. We won that game. Shout out to us, Kentucky. But we used to play. Battle for the Bridges. Heated rivalry. I remember when they said Bobby Knight smacked Joe B. Hall. I was around. I didn't see the actual thing, but I was born. I was alive. So in football, no ill will for them. And if they win, man, congratulations, Indy. I'll be happy for them guys. They deserve it. It's been a long time coming. They got the right coach. They paying them right. They doing what they got to do. They in a winnable conference in the Big Ten. Everything's aligning for them. Everything. So, Oregon's a tough opponent. I like the Moore as the quarterback for Oregon. They usually run a fast-paced, up-tempo offense. Matter of fact, the offensive coordinator is Kentucky's future head coach. We already hired him. We just wait for the season to be over him so he can come on in and do what he needs to do. He's already getting recruits. He's already adding people to his staff. So all that's going, but he's just extending his season. He can mess around, come over with a ring. You know what I'm saying? Him coaching the championship offense really makes us look good as a program. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how all that pans out. Make sure y'all do me a solid, hit that like button.
Push the goddamn button.
You got that right. When Ty said they lost their top defensive lineman on a fluke post-game celebration. Now, I hate to hear that. I still like what Indiana can do. Indiana's defense is tough, man. They are tough, man. They got a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. He's doing his damn thing, man. He might be the first overall pick in the draft. The Raiders need a quarterback. Are they going to take a chance with him? Who knows? I go even further than that. Speaking of coaching jobs, there's a lot of jobs open. We're going to get to that too, though. We're going to get to that too. But as far as the college football playoff, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. The games start on Thursday, January 8th. You have the Miami first game, 7:30 on Thursday. You have Miami playing against Ole Miss. Should be a great matchup. Ole Miss got a great quarterback. Not a big fan of Beck. Beck was quarterback for Georgia. He was terrible there. He's just okay at Miami. He's about 28 years old. No, not really. I don't know how old he is, but he's up there. He's been around the block, I tell you that. That dude been around the block for a few times. But that's the first game on Thursday. Miami played against Ole Miss. Should be a good, interesting match. We'll see how that goes. And then Friday night, 7:30, you have the Oregon and Indiana. So I will make sure I'll be partaking in both of those games. It's early games, so I don't have to worry about being up all night to find out the results. One's on Friday, so I don't have to worry about getting up early on Saturday when I get to sleep in a little bit and watch those games. So should be entertaining. I can't wait to check them out. So that's what our Final Four is. I think all the college bowl games are done. I think those are pretty much it. I don't know if any other ones left. I think all the college football games, yeah, it looks like they are, according to the schedule. That's it. And, of course, the championship game's on Monday the 19th, Dr. King's birthday. So I get to see the championship game. The game starts at 7:30. I will make an adjustment to my Monday night schedule. I might go an hour early. I might start at 6:30 instead of 7:30, instead of 7 o'clock, trying to give myself some time because I definitely want to see the championship game. I'm going to watch the game regardless, but especially if Indiana's in it, I'm definitely going to be rooting for them. So let me tell y'all right now, my matchup, dream matchup, is Miami against Indiana. I am a Miami football fan. I've been that fan for a long time, all the way back to the days of Jimmy Johnson, Dennis Erickson, Warren Sapp, your Michael Irvins, your Ray Lewis's, your Blades. Blades had a couple boys go there. Your Burrows, your Burrisons, a great linebacker out of Miami. Your Sean Taylors, your Eddie Reeds. Oh yeah, I go that far back. Howard Stellenberg used to be the head coach down there in Miami before ended up at U of L. RIP to Howard Stellenberg. Yeah, I go that far back with Miami. I'm hoping that's the matchup. It could be just the opposite. It could be Oregon versus Ole Miss. Who knows? But those are just a couple possibilities. Now, before I get to the big thing that we love to talk about, that's of course the NFL, I want to talk about college basketball and how this crazy NIL thing is just turning it upside down. Eligibility of players who go into the NBA, the G leagues, the lower leagues in the NBA, not playing, but yet they're able to come back to college and still be eligible. It's crazy work. I don't understand it, but that's the rules, and they just play the rules. Now, former coach John Calipari was a master of using the rules of the NCAA against him. Finding loopholes, finding little things in order to get that. I don't know. I'm definitely looking forward to see what the NCAA is going to do, because you got to have some type of rules and regulation. Right now, it's like the Wild Wild West. And listen to Calipari back in the days, he said it. But with that being said, let's get to it. Let's watch a couple of these clips I want y'all to see. So let's go with the first one. So about 54 seconds long.
There aren't going to be any high school kids. Who, other than dumb people like me, are going to recruit high school kids? I get so much satisfaction out of coaching young kids and seeing them grow and make it and their family life changes that I'm going to keep doing it. But why would anybody else, if you can get NBA players, G League players, guys that are 28 years old, guys from Europe, do we really know their transcript? Do we have somebody over there? Do we really know their birth certificate? Or don't we? And then, there's no... Look, Tommy Izzo, Mark Few, there are a bunch of us that are just... We got no rules. Why did they let that kid play? Tell us all. Here's what the reason. Then we'll all go get pros.
That's a legitimate question. But this is John Calipari being John Calipari. Believe you me, he was with Kentucky over 15 years. I know. We know all about him and his energy. Let's keep going. Let's go to this next video.
So I say to you, if a kid transfers 4 times, is he going to graduate from that school? There's no way. You can't graduate. So now you're going to be done playing without a college degree. You have no ties to the last school you went to, where they feel that you're from Arkansas, you played here, we're here, you're going to have opportunity. That's done. You're offered $55,000 in your first job, and you go, what? $55,000? Do I have to show up? Are they going to, you got me an apartment, right? Or a car? I mean, I'm worried about mental health. Mental health. That, look, I've been poor. And you know what's worse than being poor? Coming across some money and then being poor again. That's the worst. That's probably why I'm cheap, because I'm not going back there. But yeah. So my thing is, and I've been pushing this, you can transfer once without penalty. Because you picked the wrong school, the coach lied to you, there was another player that came that you didn't know about, one time. And after that, you got to sit. Because what do you think they're transferring for? Somebody help me here. Why are they say it? That's it. It isn't because they're mad at this or that. I can extort you, and if you don't give it to me, I'm going over here. If we cure that, I've been saying it for 5 years, no one listens to me. My dog, I call me, runs the other way. My wife doesn't listen to me. No one listens. If we cure the transfer rule, 70% of our problems go away. We can deal with all the other stuff.
So, guys, let me ask you this. What do y'all think? Y'all think Kyle's crazy, or is he speaking truth? So, my opinion about this, I think he is right. These kids are different, man. These kids are different. They don't like to deal with accountability. They don't do well with adversity. They definitely don't do well with coaching them hard. You better not, Lord forbid, you use curse words. They gonna turtle up. Asshole gonna be tight. They ain't gonna know how to move or operate. They cut from a different cloth. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Little Hink. He's different. He came. I was on his neck, yelling, getting on him, coached him in Little League football. That's it. When he got to middle school, his coach was a yeller. Now, his AAU coach wasn't a yeller. He was more quiet, coaching him up, but one of his assistants was. So being yelled at was no problem with him. I said, if you deal with me, big dog, you can deal with anybody, because I'm going to be hard on your ass. And guess what? When he got to high school, his coach was in your face yellow. So when you deal with all of that on every level, AAU, elementary, middle school, and high school, you can handle it. And guess what? His coach is Wallet Brown, a former U of L player who was coached by a legendary coach in Danny Crown. Yellers. Coach Brown, boy, don't play. He'll yelling, damn near ready to put hands on you. He didn't get a break. But you know something? It don't affect him no more. Now, it did at first. He had him on, Dad, I'm done. I'm done. I'm retired from basketball. I knew he wasn't going to retire. He loved the goddamn game too much. He didn't like it. He loved it. So, no, he was just talking out of emotions. I let him get that shit out. I said, you done? Even if you do want to quit, you're going to finish the season out, and then we're going to make a decision from there. But we're not going to do it in the middle of the season. We don't do that. That ain't how you was built. That ain't how you was taught. That's not what I'm going to let you do. Now, he grown, right? He 18. Truth be told, he can make his and don't have to get my opinion about it. I'll be very disappointed. I'll be very disappointed. And I'm going to hold over his head every goddamn day, too. And he know it. I ain't going to never let him forget. Never going to let him forget that. Because it's not how we built. That's not what we do. We're going to fight to the end, do what we got to do, and keep it moving. That's what we're going to do. Do me a favor. Hit that like button. Push the goddamn button. I'm giving you guys uncut, behind-the-scene knowledge of Hink and the family. Y'all got to appreciate it. Make sure you have the like button. If you decide you want to donate, I do have a super chat. And if you want to donate to the Cash App, you see a QR code on the top left-hand side on me. It might be right side on y'all. Regardless, you know where it is. You see that QR code. Hit the QR code. Decide you want to donate to the show, to the program, to the community, the community. Then do that. We appreciate it over here. I promise you we will. But that's not what it is. Now, of course, he had ended up redshirting his first year because he ended up breaking a bone in his ankle. So he really get to play. And my main thing, I was concerned about his mental. I wasn't concerned about him physically. Because I know once he get back, he's going to get back into the program. I was concerned about him mentally quitting. And not being a part of the team, not being go to every game, just being able to go to the home games pretty much and getting back into it. I was concerned more about that. Fortunately, with that red shirt, you get to play 6 games. Now, the first game he already played, 3 minutes in the game, he come down on his ankle. I was so mad because his eye was a kid was doing. Y'all remember the Kawhi Leonard play where they passed the rules in NBA where you can't come up on a man? Well, that's exactly what the guy did. Dirty ball. Nonetheless, he bounced back, got to play 5 more games. So the coach kind of split up between the home and the road game. So my wife and I made sure we went to the road games to support him. No, he was there. We there for him. Regardless of what happens, we're going to cheer for him. We're going to root him on. So he made it through. You know what I'm saying? The first game, I told him he played like ass. His mama was oh no. I was like, no. He already knew. He looked at me, said, Dad, I didn't play good then. I said, hell no, you play like shit. Now his mom won't baby. Oh, he fine his first game back. I don't make excuses. And I don't let him make excuses. That's not what we're supposed to. I understand his mom was gonna baby him because that's her only son. I knew it was gonna happen because that's what mamas do, right? But fathers, we can't do that. There's got to be a level of balance, and I had to balance that bullshit out. Baby him up, toughen him up, hit him in his goddamn chest. Now you play like ass, and you know it. Said, Daddy, I know. I already know. You ain't got to say no more. Let me say this. Them kids going to be hard on themselves than you ever would. You get the guy in their face, but they already are hard on themselves. You can't make them feel no worse than they already feel about the situation. Saturday, they played a game. Game they should have won, they lost. I called myself and said, man, what happened, dog? And I wasn't even going to talk about it. I was more worried about him getting a technical foul. I said, dog, I was watching the game on screen. I couldn't see it. What happened? He said, is that the coach, the player pushed him down? And I told him, I said, don't you touch him no more. Now he said some choice word. It wasn't just like what I just said. I gave you the edited version. But the referee heard. I said, dog, they listen for that. You can't say the N-word. I don't believe in that. But you can't say that on the court. They own you. Cussing, trying to be demonstrative, they own that stuff. They don't play. And it depends on certain refs. Certain refs will just say, yeah, y'all quit all that, keep moving. Some refs just be an asshole, just tee you up. So I told him when you did that, man, you got to watch yourself. You already had one foul. You get that tee, that's a foul too. It's added to like a personal foul. Even though it's a technical foul, still a personal foul. So he put himself in foul trouble. And I told him, I said, dog, you don't realize how important you are on that court. That ball don't move the same when you're not on the court. And I'm trying to get that through his head, but he plays aggressive defense, right? He plays aggressive defense. And sometimes I got him out. Some refs will let you got to watch the first 2 minutes of the game and how they call it. If they calling it tight, you got to kind of back off. You got to play your part. And so what happens, he made it through the first half, but early in the second half, he got his 3rd foul. And then 9 minutes left in the game, he got his 4th foul. So now he can't play his up-close personal defense like he normally do. So some things you got to let go. And if you're a smart coach, I'm going to go at him. He's got 4 fouls. He can't foul you. I'll foul him out. He's the best scorer on your team right now. He's second leading in rebounds. He's your number 2 free throw shooter. You're going to get him out. He's averaging 13 points a game. You got to get him out of there. Averaging 5 assists a game. You got to get him out of there. Averaging 2 steals a game. You got to get him out of there. He's a factor. Got to get him out of there. Now I went way too far off on this thing. I should have been still talking about this, what John got to say. But I'm just saying, these kids are different, man. They're not built like that. This is another level of toughness. He's only 5'10". But right now, he's averaging 5 rebounds a game. Now, really more than I was watching the last 3-4 games. He's getting 9 rebounds, 8 rebounds, 7 rebounds, 10 assists here, 7 assists here. That's just the way he plays. I said, I don't give a damn about your size. We could rebound with anybody. It's about heart. And I use the example of him, Charles Barkley. He's 6'5" to the most, maybe 6'4", but 6'5" according to the books. But he's out rebounding these 7-footers, 7'2s, 6'11" dudes, out rebounding them. Doesn't matter. He's not furry. He ended up putting he rebounding. What I'm trying to say is the heart. These guys' hearts are different. Like my man Tyson said, they cupcake trophies and they soft. And some of you guys, you don't like to be columns, but just what you are. You're built different. You don't have a tough dog in you like that. You got Kool-Aid in your goddamn veins. And you know what allowed to happen? Soft-ass parents. Soft-ass parents are okay with that. But you know your parents, more likely, they didn't play that. They didn't let that. Coach didn't let them play it. But all of a sudden they said, well, I ain't doing them. I don't want to be as hard. So that now you make your child like that. So now you produce overly titty milk kids. And then when they're not playing tough in AAU or in the games and you traveling 200 or 300 miles across the state, damn near across the country sometimes, and he's only getting a 7 minutes game. Why? Because he ain't playing tough. He not being a dog. Hey, you coach ain't trying to put no soft ass dude out there. They try to put the dogs out there gonna get her to work, play good defense. I said, dog. I told my son, I seen kids get college offers just playing good defense. I seen guys get contract extensions off of good defense. Find your niche and horn in on it. That dude don't like to score like that. He's a point guard. He's a true point. He rather lead in passing than scoring. That's just him. Averaging 13, he rather average 13 assists a goddamn game. Did you have a side of yourself, man? That's some grade A narcissistic there. Bravo. You goddamn right. That is I is he. Shout out to Snoop Dogg for that line. Yes, it's a side of me, and I don't give a damn how narcissistic you think it is. I got to sell my brand. If that's my brand, that's me. You can hate it if you want to, but do me a solid. Hit that goddamn like button while you still hating on my black ass. Push the goddamn button. You're goddamn right. Push that goddamn button. That like button. That thumbs up. That heart. Whatever you need to push it. Talk about my goddamn sign. I don't give a damn what you say about my sign. I love my sign. I got 2 of them. That might be another level of narcissism. Now, let me explain why I got 2 signs. It's not because I just got them just to get them. When I ordered that sign, 300, about 300, a little bit, yeah, about $300 some sign. So, what happened? They sent it to me. It was cracked. Now, it's still functional, still works. Nothing really wrong with it, but it's cracked. Y'all wouldn't see it. I would, and I don't like that. If I see it, it's messed up. I paid too much good money for this. I'll be goddamn. I might set up something that. But can I put it up? Will it light up? It does everything it's supposed to. It's just broken. That's the way they sent it to me. So I called the company, told them what it is, sent them pictures, submitted them, and they sent my replacement. No problem. Shout out to Brother Hamp. He's the first one I had it because I seen it. I started to get it, but you know when you order stuff online, you kind of learn. But then I seen my man had one. I asked him where he got his signing. He told me same place I was going to order it. So I made a move on it. It was legit. Thank God. It wouldn't. I've been very disappointed, but it was legit. He turned me on to it. I mean, he had it. I was thinking about getting it, but I didn't know if it was legit or not. But it is. I got it. And so now you see it back. So my man said, did you have a shot of yourself made? That's some grade A narcissism. Bravo. Yes, I did. You're goddamn right.
Lord Jesus.
I guess I'm a narcissist and a mug. If that makes me that way, y'all can kiss my grits. I did it. But nonetheless, these kids are different. They think differently, they move differently, they operate different, they just different. And parents, we got to look at ourselves. We produce these little some guns, so we got to take the blame. But let's get back to this college basketball and this transfer with John and Now I have one more video. It's a little lengthy, 6 minutes long, but that's okay. He has a lot to say. And so some other coaches in there too. So we're going to hear them out.
Well, look, I don't blame coaches. You know, I've got friends that are playing with 27-year-olds and they feel bad. I said, don't feel bad. We don't have any rules. Why should you feel bad? But let me give you this. Real simple. The rules be's the rules. So if you put your name in the draft, I don't care if you're from Russia and you stay in the draft, you can't play college basketball. Well, that's only for American kids. What? If your name is in that draft and you got drafted, you can't play because that's our rule. Yeah, but that's only for American kids. Okay. Okay, now, here's the next lawsuit. Well, we don't have a say over European players. You do if they're playing in college basketball. So that means you don't have a say over high school kids. So whatever a high school kid does before he comes here, don't you do one thing because there's a suit. Because what you're saying is, if he's in Europe, we don't have the same rules. What? If he puts his name in the draft, he can't go to college. He left his name in. Well, that's different because he's European. Okay, you're not doing anything with a high school player then. We don't have any jurisdiction over a high school player, do we? We don't. So when they come, you just got to say, all right, now they're here. The other thing, the eligibility, again, real simple. You got 5 years to play 4. If you stay at the same school 4 years, we'll give you a 5th year. If your coach leaves or is fired, you can transfer without penalty. You can do it once, and if the coach is fired or leaves, you could end up doing it twice. But after that, you got to sit out. You can transfer, but you got to sit out. Does anybody care what this is doing for 17 and 18-year-old American kids? Do you know what this opportunity has done for them and their families? There aren't going to be any high school kids. Who other than dumb people like me are going to recruit high school kids? I get so much satisfaction out of coaching young kids and seeing them grow and make it and their family life changes that I'm going to keep doing it. But why would anybody else, if you can get NBA players, G League players, guys that are 28 years old, guys from Europe, do we really know their transcript? Do we have somebody over there? Do we really know their birth certificate? Or don't we? And then, yeah, just there's no... Look, Tommy Izzo, Mark Few, there are a bunch of us that are just... We got no rules. Why did they let that kid play? Tell us all. Here's what the reason. Then we'll all go get pros. We'll go find them. Here's my second thing. You ready? No one listens to me. I told you. My wife, I talked to her. She's not even listening. She got ear things in, and I didn't know. I'm talking to her. You ready? Mid-season. Unless you're in the school. This is an easy rule. We can do this, NCAA. Don't tell me about lawsuits. If you join a program at mid-season, you cannot play that season. If you're in school and have to get yourself eligible, that's okay. You can play the second term without playing the first. What? So now, let me ask you this. What does that do for the kids in the program that you're bringing kids in at midseason when it was their opportunity? I mean, I just don't get any of this. And again, Tommy, Mark Few, myself, we got my son, their sons are in this. I just want to help it before I'm out for my kid. I'm very selfish. But it's for that. But this stuff here, I just gave you what we could do. I'm going to give you one other. The collectives on our campuses, whether you're doing it through your media people, whatever, cannot be involved in recruiting in any way or transfers. But if a kid's on your campus for a year, give them what you want to stay. So we'll get more kids staying. How about this? It'll be great for them academically. They'll probably make more money, but they'll be academic. We're not going to have kids leaving after transferring 4 times. What's the percentage of kids that make the NBA? Unless you play for me. What would be the percentage? Like it's like 1% or less? That means 99% of the college players that are getting money, it's fugazi. Fugazi. Because they're getting 400, 500, 800, a million, and they're not pros. So now they have to go get a job after 4 stops. No college degree. No loyalty from the state or the program or anybody. You were a mercenary. Okay. Now you got to go get a job. I don't care what a kid makes. It doesn't. But I do care what we're doing to young people. If all these kids could make $4 million, I don't care. But what we're doing by letting them have transfer at will. Transfer once. Coach leaves. You can go twice without penalty. But other than that, you got to sit out. Because now you get 3 years at one school, you're going to get a college degree. You can't be 30. You got 5 years. Clock is ticking. If you go pro, I don't care what country you're from. You leave your name in. You cannot play college basketball. If you transfer mid-season, can't play. You got to sit out. How about we just do that stuff? We can do it without having Congress and the Senate getting 60 votes. We can do that. Let them sue us on that stuff. I wish you wouldn't have asked me that question.
Guys, let me ask you this. Coach Calipari be saying some wild shit sometimes, and just off the cuff crazy stuff sometimes. And I know a lot of people think he's just overly animated. He's just being extra. You know, he's had this vendetta against the NCAA, but doesn't mean what he's saying is not untrue and doesn't need to be looked at or evaluated, in my opinion. It's definitely something that definitely needs to be talked about. Definitely needs to be a discussion. Now, will it actually happen? I don't know. But it's definitely something that really, really, I think should be talked about. I'm just curious on you guys' thoughts. Guys, do me a favor. The beautiful thing about doing a show on YouTube,
I say to you,
sorry about that you can leave a comment. So I do need for you guys to do me a favor. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the situation. And what do y'all think the NCAA should be doing? Or should they do anything? Or should they just let them keep doing what they're doing now? Do you think that's the way to do? Or there should be some type of rules and regulations that need to be implemented to try to help not only college coaches, but these kids to adjust? Because like you said, the high school kids, they're the ones going to suffer the most. Right now, unless you're a top tier at the top tier, a lot of these college coaches not bring you in. They're going to just milk off each other. The lower level's going to take the high level's going to take the lower, the best of the lower level has guys, and they got to find a way to get these other guys in and teach them. Maybe they can bring them up to a higher level. Some of these kids going to end up going to a major school for probably more than 1 year, and then they're going to get mad, not getting enough playing time, not doing some of the things they think they should be doing, and they're going to be out trying to bid for the highest bidder. Or they going to try to go to the NBA and try to end up being a G League and try to maybe come back if they could maintain the eligibility, if the NCAA doesn't change the rules. So there's always little things that these guys are going to have to do and they have to deal with. My man, Pitch Grind Pod, man, hopefully all is well with you, my guy. Unfortunately, you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan. And your team's not in it. So you're not in the postseason. I know you're used to seeing Patrick Mahomes run around, throwing that ball, winning titles. Unfortunately, you're on the other side of it this year. And you got to watch two of your rivals, like the Chargers and the Broncos, playing the playoffs. I know you don't sit well, but brother, I'm glad to see you here, and I appreciate you stopping by. Make sure y'all do me a favor, like my man Pitch is about to do, is hit that goddamn like button.
Push the goddamn button.
You're goddamn right. Hit that like button. I appreciate it. I promise you I do. He said, thought I'd drop by to say hi. Congrats on your Birds getting to 2 seed. I know that's right. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for stopping by. But speaking of NFL and playoffs, let's get to it. Guys, we all know today was Black Monday, right? And if we know what Black Monday is, that means Mondays are the day that a lot of these coaches are going to lose their employment. They will be filing for pink slips or getting pink slips and filing for unemployment because they've been laid off. They be looking for a Mayflower moving company because they got to pack the shit up. They got to get the hell out of those cities that they're playing in. So with that being said, let's go over the list of guys who didn't make it this beautiful Monday. So one of the guys who lost their job is Jonathan Graham, Arizona's head coach. Old man Pete Carroll, another former head coach of Seattle, who's now the coach of the Raiders, is now unemployed. Kevin Stefanski, the Cleveland Browns coach. Raheem Morris lost his job. Guys, we all remember that your boy and them lost his job earlier this year. That's Brian Callahan, as well as Brian Dabble. So right now, currently, you have the Arizona Cardinals, Las Vegas Raiders, the New York Giants, the Cleveland Browns, the Tennessee Titans, and Atlanta Falcons, all looking for jobs. You got general manager vacancies right now in Atlanta and the Dolphins. But the crazy thing is, Dolphins fired their general manager. But somehow Mike McDaniel got to keep his goddamn job. As a matter of fact, I go even further than that. He's going to be on the search committee to find a new GM. He's going to be finding a new GM that's going to firing him the next following season because I don't think he's going to make it. They just elongating the inevitable. I'm just saying, man, this is what it is. Guys, that may not be it. Let me say this. Pittsburgh could be looking to fire their coach. Harbaugh could be out at Baltimore. There's rumors of that. I'm just saying, man. You got to think about these things. Another guy who kept his job, Zach Taylor from the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't think they should have. I think they probably should have let his ass go. Matter of fact, let me tell you this. I think every team in the AFC North should have been fired and a coach. All four of them teams should have been looking for a whole new coaching staff. I'm just saying. That's what should have been the results. Zach Taylor found a way to avoid the chopping block. So Jonathan Gannon out, Arizona's coach. He was 15-36 in 3 seasons. Should have been fired. They said potential replacement for him is Brian Flores, offensive coordinator Clayton Adams, Rams defense coordinator Chris Shula, Clint Kirby, Kubiak, former His father was Brian. I think it's Brian Kubiak. Kubiak. I forgot his name. Used to be a backup quarterback back in the days with Denver Broncos. Also used to be the offense head coach with the Broncos. Van Joseph is another possibility replacement, as well as Mike McCarthy, former Cowboy and Packers head coach. That's the potential replacement for Arizona's coach. So now we got Pete Carroll, who was 3-4 one season. 3-14. I'm sorry, it was right after one season. The possible replacements is Brian Flores, Jesse Mentor, the defensive coordinator for the Chargers. Brian Flores, defensive coordinator for the Vikings. Offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak. 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Saleh. Rams defensive coordinator Chris Shula. Bills offensive coordinator Joe Brady. Former Giants coach Brian Dable. Defensive coordinator Vincent Joseph. I like Vincent Joseph. I think he's a good coach. Kevin Stefanski, 46-58 after 6 seasons. Potential replacement is Jim Schwartzer, coordinator for the Cleveland Browns. Brian Flores, coordinator for the Vikings. Packers defense coordinator Jeff Hafley. Offensive coordinator Joe Brady. Defense coordinator Vincent Joseph. And former head coach Mike McCarthy. Raheem Morris was 16-18 after 2 seasons. Potential replacement: Kevin Stefanski, Clint Kubiak, Jeff Hafley, Joe Brady, Mike LaFleur, Brian Florell, and Mike McCarthy. Ryan Debo, former Giants coach, was 21-41-1, 3 full seasons and 10 games. His potential replacement: Kevin Stefanski, Vince Joseph, Mike McCarthy, Antonio Pierce, that's a different name, Jesse Mentor, Jeff Hafley, Chris Shula, coach offensive coordinator Lou Amarumo, and Cliff Kingsbury, Commanders coach. Brian Callahan was there for 1 full season and 6 games, went 4-19. Potential replacement: Kevin Stefanski, head coach Raheem Morris, defense coordinator Lou Amarumo, Chiefs coordinator Chiefs defense coordinator Steve Ranslow, Pelangelo, Vince Joseph, coordinator for the defensive coordinator for the Broncos, offensive coordinator Matt Nagy, a Matt Nagy sighting, god damn. Robert Saleh, former Jets coach, now defensive coordinator for the 49ers. Jesse Merritt, offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury. Coaches on the hot seat: Jim Harbaugh, Todd Bowles, Mike McDonald. Those are the 3 that's on the hot seats. Now, I did see someone come across the ticket that Mike McDaniel is safe for now. Todd Bowles is still up for debate. John Harbaugh still up for debate. It's going to be interesting. Yes, he is. I'm surprised. I'm just going to leave it there because I know what Nagy did for us. Nothing. But I guess a man deserves another opportunity, so it is what it is. Travel One says, soaring by in 2026. Say greetings to Mr. Inc. to say, have a good evening together. Australian Tennis Open begins on the 12th. Coco Golf. Shout out to Coco Golf and good luck. Good luck to Coco Golf. Guys, the playoff starts this weekend. Starts on Saturday. That's where we at. Saturday. The playoff starts. Definitely looking forward to it. So Saturday at 4:30, we have the Rams going against the Carolina Panthers. That's the 4 and 5 seed. Saturday night, we have the Green Bay Packers going against the Chicago Bears, a 2 and a 7 seed. Sunday's game, we have the 1 o'clock game against the Buffalo Bills going against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The 4:30 game, we have the 49ers going against the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Sunday night game, we have the LA Rams going against the New England Patriots. The Monday night game is Houston going against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Of course, we have the Denver Broncos on the bye, their number 1 seed, and we have Seattle Seahawks on the back, their number 1 seed in the NFC. Look, guys, I like these matchups. Should be a great game. For those that didn't know, Carolina beat the Rams at 4 in the regular season, so this is not a surprise. Philadelphia's beat the 49ers in the regular season. Green Bay has beat the Bears in the regular season. So it should be a great matchup. Now, these matchups on the AFC, I don't know if they matched up this year, but I still think it's going to be a good one. Is Trevor Lawrence going to be able to get over the hump? Are they going to be good enough to beat the Buffalo Bills? Because truth be told, let me say this. I think the Buffalo Bills are sitting pretty right where they're sitting at. I like their opportunities. Now, Pittsburgh will have a tough outing with Houston. Houston's got a tough defense. But I do like the Buffalo Bills going against Jacksonville Jaguars. All their games are going to be on the road. All their games. So they're going to have to pull the same thing that Pittsburgh did when they won the Super Bowl back in the day with Roethlisberger. Play all road games and win them all in order to get to the Super Bowl. It's possible. I've seen it. It's possible. My dream scenario matchup in the Super Bowl. The Bears against the New England Patriots. 40 years ago, this happened. 40 years ago. Can we get a rematch? Can we get a rematch, guys? That's my dream scenario for my team. Will it happen? I don't know. And Ty said, who you got in the Super Bowl? Well, I got Buffalo Bills. I got the Buffalo Bills representing the AFC. And I got the LA Rams. Now, I know it's a long shot. I know it's a long shot. But I do like the Rams. I can see Matt Stafford retiring after this season. Now, that's what I'm thinking logically. Dream-wise, I want to be New England and the Bears. 40 years ago today, we won the Super Bowl. Can we get a rematch? Can we get a rematch? I don't know, but it sounds good. It sounds good. Guys, do me a solid. I need for every last one of you being here passing through, if you just stop by just to see what the hell I'm talking about. If I ain't talking about shit to you, don't matter. Hit that goddamn like button. You goddamn right. Hit that goddamn button. Put the goddamn button. With that being said, we got playoff time coming up for the college game. It starts on Thursdays. Guys, I'll be looking forward to watching this college football. I think it's going to be some interesting ball playing. I really do. So let's go Indiana. Let's go Hoosiers. Let's go Miami. That's who my prediction is for the championship game for college on the 19th, Dr. King Day. My Super Bowl prediction, logically, it'd be the Rams going against the Bills. My dream matchup is the Bears against the Patriots. We'll have to see. We will have to see. With that being said, I appreciate every last one of you people here. I appreciate every last one of you people. I promise you I do. But with that being said, I will see you beautiful people on the next one. Right on.